Sir, I have started recording.
Okay, fine. Then let us start now. So notice here, this circuit is wrong. And the mistake in this circuit is that negative terminal is connected here to the positive terminal. If I do that way, then it will never be a null deflection here in the galvanometer. Why there cannot be null deflection? Because high potential, low potential, and here low. The current will always flow from high to low potential. We can never stop it. How the current will be stopped? If this side high in the primary circuit and it is high in the secondary circuit also, then it may happen that from here to here no current flows. Similarly, if it is low and this side also it should be low, so low side should be connected towards low side and high should be connected towards high side. It doesn't matter if I do this, if I move it here and there, that will not even matter. I can do that also. Although why would I do that? Normally we don't do such things, but if we do, there will be no problem technically. This circuit will still function. Okay, all I need to do is I need to calculate the length wisely. I have to see what is this length of this gap. That length I have to calculate properly. I can shift also this circuit, secondary circuit, to one direction, no problem in that. But I cannot connect negative with positive and positive with negative. That is not possible. This example I am giving here. Here I have already shifted it. If I shift it, then I have to take here length. Let us say we started, this is a scale here. And the length starts, we starts measuring length from here, 0, and it is going up to L. Usually L is 100, but it may be some other length. Examiner may ask question based on some different lengths. Let us say I'm going from 0 to L. Then 0 to L naught, here reading will be L naught. This length is not in part of the secondary circuit, across secondary circuit. So this part I have to subtract. So I have to take the length as L2 minus L naught. Okay, what does this 1 and 2 represent? This here represents one thing, that if I connect the galvanometer with this 2, jockey 2, it is one position, it is in a different time. It is for a different time, and the 1 is for a different time. So while I'm connecting in this side, then I'm connecting here in this side only through the battery. But while I connect the galvanometer to this resistance part, at that time I have connected this side. Wait a second, I think I should mention one thing I should mention here. One thing I should mention, just wait a second. I think this way I should do. No, not just wait. I wanted to take, what should I do here? Here I have this part is taking care of. Okay, wait, I think I have done it wrongly. Okay, just let me correct it once. This will be going while it is 2 position, lesser length. Lesser length means we can see here 0 to 2 is less length. At that time, this EMF will not be equal to E. There will be some loss in potential because of internal resistance. Some potential drop will be across internal resistance. The potential will be dropped across internal resistance only if the current is flowing in this part of the circuit, and the current will flow in this part of the circuit if I connect it to this side. Okay, so I have to connect it in this way. So fine, now switch is here. This is the switch here. I can put it in this position, or I can put it in this dotted position. And right, wait a second now. How to touch the galvanometer, I'm thinking. Galvanometer, okay, yes, right. Galvanometer will be connected with this side. Always. One position, and galvanometer is this side, let us say. And this will be 2 position. This switch will be open. We can do that. Now it is understood. Sorry, I think 1 and 2 is reversed here. This is 1, this is 2. So 2 will be closed. So I will say this position is 2, and this position will be regarded as 1 position. Position 1 is dotted. Position 2 is which position? When the switch is closed. When the switch will that it will be EMF minus E minus IR. Okay, so that will be the potential drop at that time when we for switch in position for switch in position 2. For switch in position 2, what will be the voltage obtained? V will be equal to E minus IR. So what our equation, and what will be I here, by the way? I will be equal to E upon R plus capital R. Then what will be V? V I can write as E upon R plus capital R, that is current, into R also I can say. This is R here. External resistance is R. This is R. Okay. So this right side diagram I'm not correcting here because otherwise also it was wrong only. So I'm not doing any correction here. This is the corrected diagram here. Okay. I have corrected this one. So same way, here also I will do the correction. I will connect the galvanometer.
So once again, tell the difference between 1 and 2.
I will connect the galvanometer here always. 1 and 2 is this difference only. This is the switch here. This is in position 1 and this is in position 2. This is in position 1. When switch is in position 1, then what happens? When switch is in position 1, then the current, no current. If no current flows in the secondary circuit, then what happens? If no current flows in the secondary circuit, then only V will be equal to for
E minus
switch
At that time, jockey will be connected for
in
1 only, sir.
position, for switch in position 1. Yes, jockey will also be 1. This
One.
dot, when it is in 1 here, it is also in 1 position.
Yes, for
While it
both
is in 2
positions.
position,
For both positions, current will be 0 only, sir. Deflection in the 2 cases.
okay. In galvanometer it will be 0, but in this circuit will be
Yes,
separated
sir,
from
I
each other.
understood that. Only
But-
about galvanometer. man.
But in secondary circuit also current will be 0 when the switch is in position 1.
Sorry, your voice is-
Because
The
when
voice
switch
breaking,
is in
sir.
position 1, it will be broken from here or not? Voice is very breaking. Wait, let me go to other room. There's a lot of problem here. Okay, let me try here once.
no, it is fine.
So
Once tell again.
wait a second. If I have, can you hear now? Is it okay?
Yes, sir, fine,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Okay, sir.
I will
Okay.
tell again. Wait a second. So if you cannot hear,
It's okay, sir.
okay.
Continue.
We can.
Okay, right. So when the switch is in position 1, then this galvanometer jockey will be also in position 1. It will automatically become in position 1. Why it will come in position 1? Because null deflection will not be obtained for a lesser length then. Why null deflection will not be obtained for a lesser length? Because when switch is in 1, then current will be 0 in the
Resistance
secondary
should be more.
circuit. Current will be 0 in secondary circuit. I will do one thing. I will make it will not take much time for me to make a diagram. I will just copy it from there, and this part I have explained already for one case. Which case I have explained? While switch is in position 2, then what is happening? Don't worry about jockey. You
E is
just
equal
see
to
how
E.
the then we are getting finally we are getting as E into capital R upon small r plus R, and I know V by L2 will be equal to E by capital L.
Yes, sir.
So we can write V as what we can write V
L2
as
by L.
L2 by L into V.
no, not this is also what is it? Should I call it as E? I should not call it as E.
It is EP. Some other
I should call it. I think. What should I call it now? Let me call it as V
VP. Yes.
primary. VP I'm calling it as. So let us call it VP. Okay. So VP, then I can call it as V second. V. Wait.
Sir,
VS I can
voice
call it
breaking
as.
again.
Then we are
your
getting VS is equal to. Voice is not clear.
Sometimes it's breaking, sir.
Sometimes clear, sometimes breaking, sir.
sometimes breaking.
We'll continue, so whenever it happens, we can.
Okay, upon multiplied by L2. Vp upon L multiplied by L2 is equal to Vs. That is Vs. So we can write this one as what we can do.
What we wanted to find, sir.
Fine. Vs we already know. I think I could have written Vs value. Vs value is equal to what is it? Wait a second. This one is E
ER by capital R.
R by R plus capital R. That it is. Right. Next, we have variable resist. Okay, this is different thing. This I'm giving modification. What modifications we can do in the circuit? But before modifications, you understood this part, right? What is the purpose of writing this equation? What is the purpose? Purpose is know Vp value exactly. I know L value exactly. I know L2 value exactly. And what can I get here? I can get the value of, if I know these values, I can get which value?
E value.
Value you can get.
I can get the value of E, which we wanted to obtain. But here, wait a second. Here I want to obtain R also. Then I need one more equation. One equation will not be enough. I need one more equation. This is number one, keep it in mind. Then I will change the position to 2. I will change the position to, no, it was in 2, in fact, sorry. Initially it was in position 2, and I will change it now to position 1.
Once
When the jockey goes to one position, when it
Then E is equals to
For-
L1 into L.
open switch, for open switch, or we can say, rather than, I think I know why I confused you. I was saying position 2, position 1. Rather than that, I could have said directly for closed or
Yes, sir. For open or closed, that's what I want.
it is for closed switch. That would be easy for open or closed switch. So if I close switch, then the secondary circuit will carry current. If I open switch, then secondary circuit current will be 0. It will not carry any current.
Then
Secondary
we can take potential difference as E.
circuit current will be 0. And if it is 0, then potential difference in the
difference.
secondary circuit will be just equal to EMF.
Is equals to VP into
And in
L1
that
by
case,
L.
EMF divided by L1 will be equal to
VP by L. VP
E
by
VP
capital L.
volt. This is VP total here.
Yes, sir. By capital L.
VP by capital L. Then what is E? E is equal to VP into L1 by capital L. What am I getting from here? I am getting from here EMF. I am getting EMF from here, and from here I am getting EMF
Can
was
find
known.
resistance. Yes.
EMF we know from the second equation. So from here will be internal resistance. So using these two equations together, you can take a screenshot of this. If you don't have that much time to write, you can take a screenshot. So you're using equation number 1 and equation number this one. I have written both of them. Equation number 2. Yes.
So there, when we connected to galvanometer, the potential difference across the branch will be E minus AR, no, sir. Their current will be flow.
This what?
Where the current will flow? Can you ask it again?
This understood.
Understood? Right. The purpose of potentiometer. Its purpose is to determine EMF
Resistance or EMF.
of cell
In
and its
complex
internal
circuit.
resistance. Okay, in internal resistance and EMF. These two things we determine. One more. Normally they don't say in books. If you read it in NCERT once or read it in other places, they say we use it to compare EMFs. I can use it to compare EMFs also. How can I use it to compare EMFs? For example, let us say I have two batteries. One is EMF E1 and other is E2. Then E1 will be showing, let us say, length here L1, and E2 will be showing length here L2. Then what I would be getting as a result? I would be getting E1 by L1 will be equal to E2 by L2. One more thing here. Oh, this diagram is wrong here. Sorry. Understand, I am explaining this whole thing corresponding to which diagram? This diagram here, right here. Okay.
Yes,
This diagram was just modified diagram. It is not the real diagram. It is not the practical diagram. It is modified one. This let me put somewhere else. It is causing a confusion here otherwise. This diagram is modified one. Similarly, this is also modified one. I should put it somewhere else. Okay. We don't need this here. Actually, I was explaining this entire thing using our first diagram. This is it. This diagram. Because you notice what is the difference in the this modified diagram. In modified diagram, I have shifted this end slightly. So in that case, L1 will not be L1 anymore, but L1 will become L1 minus L0, and L2 will not be L2 anymore. L2 will become L2 minus L0. I will have to subtract that part. Okay. So that's why the equation which I have written, that I have not written by subtract. So I have written exactly for the L1 length and L2 length. Therefore, those equations are valid only if our circuit is, this is our circuit, then those equations are valid. Is that clear?
Yes.
Right. Now, next we have now variable resistivity of area of cross section. If we have cases of variable resistivity of area of cross section, then can we use these equations? No, we can't use these. Why we can't use these? You remember how we arrived at this conclusion in the first place? This conclusion here. This conclusion was possible when resistivity was constant and area of cross section was constant. In morning class, I have explained it.
Yes, sir.
Constant.
Yes, if area is same, because we can say resistance is proportional to length. Resistance is only proportional to length if other things are constants. If rho and area are constant. Therefore, I could use this equation only subject to the condition that resistivity and area are constant. If they vary, then I will have to first find out what is the resistance as a function of x distance. So instead of similarly, I have to find resistance. How it what will be the resistance as a function of x if area of cross section is varying. Luckily, we have already done that before. Do you remember this frustum? Resistance of frustum we have derived before or not?
sir.
So we are derived.
Yeah, pi by AB.
Yes, you are right. This is area. This is radius A. This is radius B, and this length is L. Then formula came out to be rho L
Rho
by
L by pi AB.
sir.
pi AB. This is the resistance. But resistance is up to length L. Let us say I don't want to find up to length L, but I want to find up to distance x. Then I can write R as a function of x is equal to rho x divided by pi, not AB now.
A into
Pi
B.
AR.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What is that R? That R I can obtain by
Similar triangles.
similar triangle concept. Let us make the diagram for that, determining that R. How to determine the R? I'm taking this axis of the frustum, one side radius B, other side radius A, but in between somewhere at a distance x, radius becomes R. So by similar triangle concept, I can do what is this length here? R minus A,
R minus A,
and
sir.
this length here is
B minus
B minus A, and the total length is
L.
L.
Yes, sir. B
So
minus
what is
A
the
by L is
equation?
equals to R
R
minus
is
A by
equal
X.
to A plus X into
B
B by
minus
Is equal to R minus A by.
X.
So are we getting R from here? Yes, we are getting R.
A
R
plus
is equal to B minus A by L into X
Plus
A. Plus A, sir.
plus A.
plus
Plus A, sir.
plus A. Correct. Once we know this R value, what is the resistance as a function of X? That is rho X upon pi into A. Substitute the value. B minus A
X plus
by
AL
L into X plus A. It looks very complicated. but understand it is not that difficult to find out. Okay. I think I should not write that complicated expression. It looks scary. You can just remember other one and you can always put the value in this. I will not write it. Okay. So this is enough. You understand. Finally, again, what is happening to this really? I rubbed it and it again appeared. Okay. So you just remember this one. If you know this and you know how to get R value, then you can get the result R as a function of X. Now, what will be the situation in such cases? Now, let us say if I want to write now equation of the total VP, V in the primary circuit here, then I will write like this. VP upon RL is the current, but that current is also, if it is V in the secondary circuit, it is also equal to Vs upon R X, right or not?
Yes, sir.
So this way, this is our equation now. What will be V in the secondary circuit? That will be equal to V in the primary circuit.
Into
Means
R of X
primary
square.
circuit means the total length, and secondary circuit means this part which is between the
Only that.
one end and the second end of the secondary circuit, that part. So VP will be finally VP into RL divided by R as a function of X. This will be the value of VS.
Sir,
RX
first
by
we have
RS.
written RX
So I
by
think-
RL.
RX by R.
RX is above.
Yes, sir.
RX by R, sir. RL.
Then we are getting Rx divided by R as a function of L. If I know these values, then I can easily put it here. And if I can do it now only, let us try to do it now only. It will become, I think, rho into X upon pi AR multiplied by rho into L upon pi AB. Finally, what is it? It is VP into rho cancels.
Pi cancels.
So pi a cancelled. We are
XP
getting
by RL, sir. XP by RL.
X by L
Into B by R.
B by R, simple. X by L into B by R, that it is. And we can obtain the value of radius of cross section and we can get this answer. It will not be tough. So we have done one case. Which case we have done? We have done the case where it is variable resistivity. Variable area. Okay. Let me heading case of variable area of wire. If it is variable area, then the wire will be like a frustum, or we can say frustum shaped wire. If it is frustum shaped wire, then we will do in this way only. This is the wire shape. Okay. Now, second case would be possible when resistivity is variable. So what happens if resistivity is variable? Second case, variable resistivity, and rho varies from one end to the other end of the potentiometer wire by the formula given by. They don't give the formula. They tell that rho varies linearly, but they will say rho varies linearly from one end to the other end, and it varies with values rho 1 to rho 2. Can you get the relation yourself from this graph? It varies. They will not give you the graph also, but they will give you instead. They will just tell that rho varies linearly. Rho
Sir,
varies
it will be
linearly
rho
from
into
rho 1 to rho 2.
rho into rho
Okay.
2 minus rho 1 by
I'm not
L
right.
X
See,
plus rho 1.
it is rho 1, it is rho 2. One and rho 1, other and rho 2, and varying linearly. Then I can make the graph first. After making the graph, I will write the equation. What would be the equation? Equation will become, I think,
Is
y equal
equals
to mx plus c.
Yes, sir. Rho 2 minus rho 1 by L.
Rho minus rho 1 upon, let us say it is rho 1 in between and it is x here. Rho minus rho 1 upon
L into X plus rho 1, sir.
x minus 0 is equal to rho 2 minus rho 1 upon L minus 0. Is it right or not? Rho is equal to x upon L into rho 2 minus rho 1
plus rho 1.
plus rho 1.
Yes.
This is the equation. So can I write this equation finally, because it is simple and I can write it as rho will become just y equal to mx plus c. It is m into x plus c, where you know what is c, what is m, what is the slope. You can tell these things here. Let us say we know this. Then can you tell me now what is the resistance as a function of x? Rho into dx by area. Area will be now constant. Only one thing will be varying. Then mx plus c into dx divided by area integral.
X square by 2a plus
What
cx
would
by
that be then? M into x square by 2a plus c by a into x. Right? That is resistance as a function of x. Once I know the resistance as a function of x, can I get resistance of total L length also? Obviously, that is so simple. Just put the value of x as L. Okay, we can get that also. After obtaining that, again, what will be our equation? Our equation will be now Vp upon Rx up to x length is equal to V of sorry, V
So
secondary.
differential Vp is for R. Vs for R of x.
Vs for this and Vp for the total length.
Fair
Vp
length.
for the total length. Again, we are getting V secondary. This is how we will get V secondary in such cases. This point is clear? Okay. All right. One more example I would like to take here. Let me take that one now. This one is again modification of that. This is the modification. This is E for the primary circuit. And this is it. And now what we can do it, E primary, and this is rheostat. And then we have, let me give this one and this one, and galvanometer here. I can take one more galvanometer, one more this one. This is E1. Vihan. Hello. Can you hear me again? This is E1 and this is E2. So galvanometer, let us say this part is of length L1 and this part is of length L2 here. Then we can compare again. We can write E1 by L1 is equal to E2 by L2.
Yes, sir.
We can do it easily, right? We can compare the EMFs. But although this is a stupid design, why is it a stupid design? Because galvanometers are expensive. Let us say you want to conduct this experiment. Do you think that you will take separately galvanometer, or you will do one thing here? You will maybe make some switch. You will take the switch arrangements. Some switch arrangements you will make so that you can connect the same galvanometer to this side, and you can connect the same galvanometer to the other side. So if somebody is asking this question, they may give you this stupid diagram. Stupid diagram will be easy to understand, or they may give a complicated looking diagram, but the complicated looking diagram will be doing only one thing. They will be putting some switch which will be connecting the galvanometer either to one side or to the other side. But in principle, it will be a simple circuit, that circuit only. And moreover, why should I do this thing? I'm connecting in between somewhere. That is not required. But just for the sake, if examiner asks such questions, then you should be ready to answer those. And those are very simple only. E1 by L1 will be equal to E2 by L2. That way only we can answer again.
That will be equal to Vp by L. We can write.
And that will be again equal to Vp by
L,
total L. And L maybe if not given, then we can, although it should be given in potentiometer, it is not guaranteed to be 100 centimeters. There is one other experiment which is called as meter bridge. That meter bridge name itself suggests meter bridge means it will be having only 1 meter length.
100 centimeters.
But in potentiometer, you can see they have given the practical potentiometer diagram here. Where is that diagram I have shown you in the morning? Not this one, not this one. This one. This is a practical diagram. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is 0 to 100, then 100 to 200, then 200. Means overall there
400 meters. Sorry, lost.
Hello.
Sir?
Have you seen these diagrams?
Yes, sir. Even the
Yes, sir. We
yes,
have
sir.
seen.
These you have
One
seen.
we have to.
So right. Fine. Next, I can take. Now I can take maybe meter bridge. I can take now. What is meter bridge? Diagram of meter bridge. If you want to see, it is given somewhere here. Here it is a diagram. If you go to lab, in lab you will see such thing lying there. That is meter bridge. Okay. This diagram is also of meter bridge here. This diagram is of meter bridge. So in meter bridge, if I open this diagram up, then I will be able to explain better. Let me take it from here and put it in this place. If I take it here and just wait a second. Oh, wait a second. In this place, now you observe it once. Galvanometer, resistance box. This is the galvanometer here. This is the resistance box. And resistance box is nothing but it is in this we can keep different resistances. We have multiple options. Okay, we can use it to get multiple resistances, whichever we want. We can place in between these two terminals. So if I place in between these two, if I want to place in between these two terminals certain resistance which is known to me, then I will use this resistance box. In left hand side we keep unknown resistance. Right hand side we keep known resistance. Normally we do that only. Although there is no hard and fast rule, nothing will happen if I keep this one on left side and this one on the right hand side. But normally a standard procedure is we keep unknown resistance in left hand side gap. You observe the gap here. Are you observing this gap or not? This gap here. In this gap we keep some resistance here, like this we connect it, right? And this thing is one more thing I would like to say here. This thing is directly connected by a conducting wire from here up to this place, and from here the meter bridge wire starts. Meter bridge wire starts from here. This is 1 meter long wire. From here to here, this is 1 meter long wire, and this is meter bridge wire. Okay. And there are two gaps. In one gap we place a known resistance. In another gap we keep this known resistance, which is known resistance is placed with the help of resistance box. Okay. And this is a jockey here. This is jockey. You see this one. This is jockey. Okay. Fine. Now, what is a circuit diagram? Let me make the circuit diagram now. Circuit diagram will be something like this. It is just a based on the principle of Wheatstone bridge, nothing else. This is the unknown resistance X. This side is known resistance R. And here we have this meter bridge wire. And this is the meter bridge wire of 1 meter length. This wire which I'm highlighting, this is meter bridge wire. Okay. So remaining all are conducting wires which you are seeing here. Okay. This is a resistance box. I can give known resistance of my own choice here. And in between there's a galvanometer which I will connect from the middle of the two resistances above, and I will keep a jockey here, and I will observe the null deflection. When the null deflection will be shown,
0.
here I will connect some battery also. This battery is connected externally to the entire. Are you understanding? It is a Wheatstone bridge.
Yes, sir. After keeping the two resistance will be separated.
Now let us say this resistance is here R1, and the other side resistance is R2. From where to where it is
Understood,
R1
sir.
up to length L it is
up to
R2.
lock. Yes, sir.
And this is meter bridge, so I cannot say it is just any unknown L. It is just L equal to 100 only. Okay. Then what will be our procedure now to find out the unknown resistance? What I will
X
do?
by R1 is
I will
equals
say
to
during null deflection only. During
Yes,
null
sir.
deflection. During null deflection, X by R1 equals R by R2. R2 will be proportional to which length? R2
Yes,
is
sir.
rho 100 minus L divided by area, and R1 will be rho into L divided by area, where L will be in centimeters. So obviously the resistance will not be in SI units, but I don't care because this will be units will be cancelled out.
Ratio will be cancelled.
Ratio will be cancelled out. I will take X upon X is equal to R into R1 upon R2. So what is X at last? The known resistance multiplied by
L by 100 minus L.
L by 100 minus L is equal to the unknown resistance. We are getting the unknown resistance. This is the formula, standard formula, but the standard may be changed. I can verify it. I can change it in many ways. I can give the length not 1 meter but 2 meters, or I can give again variable resistance wire. I can say the wire is in the shape of frustum, and you know what to do in that case. If it is in this shape of frustum, then I have to find out R as a function of X. So how to find out R2? In such cases, I never find R2. Although I need R2, but I never find R2. Let us say it is given a frustum shaped wire. What I will do in that case? Then I will find only as a function of X, that is Rx. How to get R2? R2 will be the total RL minus Rx. That will be R2. This will be R1. And once we know that, then again, we can tell X divided by Rx is equal to R divided by RL minus
Sir.
Hello.
Sir,
Sir,
now where we were. Have you listened to this or not? This part, frustum shaped wire.
1 minute, sir.
So I think all are left. 20 to 30 numbers.
Numbers are already left. Why so?
You are not coming now, sir. After 5 10.
So my
sir,
class was
your
from
phone was switched
Only
off.
45
Your
members.
phone is switched off, sir. I called you actually.
phone, or maybe in some other room where signal is less. But tell them to join again. Put it in that group again. Why are they leaving really?
Now also they are going.
What is the time of the class? I think it was from 6 to
7:30, sir. Actually,
7:30,
Ramos sir informed up to 7:30, sir.
Okay, you continue, and if they are leaving, let them leave. I cannot do anything about those ones really. It is really last thing that I have taken. Meter bridge, I want you to have you understood meter bridge or not?
Understood,
Sir.
Meter bridge you have understood.
Sir.
yes, sir.
Right. So we know meter bridge also, and what modifications are possible in meter bridge? Some modifications like this, I can say, I can, rather than giving 2 gaps, I can give 3 gaps. This is a wire here, and I can take 2 galvanometers. I can take 2 galvanometers, and I can, this is simple modification. L1, L2, L3 will be proportional to R1, R2, and R3. Is it understood?
Yes, sir.
R1 is to R2 is to R3 will be equal to L1 is
L1 is to L2 is to L3.
to L3. Other modification I can give this way. I can say here this is R1, R2. And I will put a galvanometer in between here. This is X. And I will say that galvanometer shows null deflection in position L1 when
R1 is not connected.
R1 is also connected. Maybe we can say when R1 is connected,
Then parallel we need to take R1 and R2.
then we have to take effective will become R1, R2 in parallel.
Yes, sir.
And when R1 is not connected, only R2 is connected,
Then only R2.
then I will give another position. I can ask this question also. When R1 and R2 will, when both will be connected, then resistance will be less. If resistance is less, then it will be, this gap will be less. When only R2 is present, then gap will become more. Then it will be going this side.
Yes, sir. This side it has to be.
It
Because
will be going
ratio
this
should
side.
maintain same.
So I mean to say this arrangement they are giving, why they are giving this arrangement? We need only one equation to find out unknown. Sometimes they may not give us as one unknown, but they may give us the other one also unknown. X is also unknown. R2 is also unknown. Maybe R1 is known. And we will say when R2 is connected with X, then we are getting such and such ratios. When R1 and R2 both are connected in parallel, then we are getting this new ratio. So again, how many equations we are able to get? Two equations.
To unknowns.
So 2 equations, 2 unknowns. Means idea is this only. If they will be giving some extra unknowns, there will be, then that many there will be obviously equations also to solve.
Yes.
Okay. So if they are giving 2 unknowns, they can ask questions of 2 unknowns. They can keep this R2 also as unknown. But if they do that, then they have to give us 2 readings. 1 reading will not be enough. And they will say that I am connecting R1. R1 will be given. R1, let us say 10 ohm. When I'm connecting R1 of 10 ohm in parallel with R2, then I'm noticing that this reading is equal to L1. Then it is equal to L1 reading here. Okay. And on the other hand, sometimes they do like that also. They don't tell us that which gap is L1. They simply say the reading is L1. When they say reading is L1 or the reading is L2,
From
then it is
0 to
understood.
L1 we need to take.
Then it is understood that we have to understand this reading 0 to L1. This is L1 here and this is L2. From the left side we have to take this side unknown resistance and this side only that one. Okay. Left gap is of unknown resistance and left gap is of 0 to L length also. Okay, fine. This is done. Next we have, I think these questions you can do safe. This thing I can explain here. This is theorem of reciprocity based on theorem of reciprocity. What does this theorem state? It states that. Did I tell already?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then you try to get the answer for this question. Can you get the answer for this? There are inside box, we don't know what it is. But if I connect 10 volt across AB, then I'm getting current 2 amperes here. If I take this battery and I put it on the other side and I keep it here 10 volt, then what I will be getting the current on the other side? Same
2 amperes.
Same
2 amperes.
Yes, sir. You said it.
But instead of 10, I have kept the battery of 5 volt. Now what do you expect?
1 ampere.
Now,
Half
1
1
ampere.
ampere, sir.
then it will become 1 ampere now. Now it will become 1 ampere. It will also become half. You already know this. Fine. That is good. It is good that you know this already. One more way I can ask this question. This is a battery here. This is 10, 20, 5, 10. What is the current flowing in this branch? Can you determine the current flowing in this branch?
It's a conducting wire, sir.
This is a conducting wire. Or maybe I can give some resistances also if you want. It may be some more resistance R1 here and R2 here. R2 here and
It's
Sir, it is a balance which to
R1 here. 10, 20, 5, 10. Actually, this is not a shape of balance based on which, but this one is. This is definitely 10 is to 20
yes, sir.
and
This
5 is to 10.
balance switch on this.
If it is balanced Wheatstone bridge, what current will it flow from R2? What current will flow from R2? Zero or not?
No current. No
Zero.
current.
Zero will flow.
Zero.
And again, we can use the theorem of reciprocity. If I take two terminals
Okay, now
here,
we can interchange.
A, B I take here,
Yes, sir.
and here I take terminal CD. And I want to measure the current at AB terminals. What is that through AB terminal? And I do one thing, I take this battery and I connect to AB terminal here. Then when battery goes to this side, then current will go to this side. They will interchange their places. They will switch places with each other. But what was the current in this branch in the first place? Zero.
Yes.
And when the battery goes to that place, then current will come to the battery's place. What will be the current in the battery's place now? That will be
Zero, sir.
zero. That will be zero. In fact,
both are same circuits. No?
circuits are not same. How is it same? Here battery is in this place. Here battery is in this place. How these are same?
Sir, by placing a mirror also, we can solve this. No, sir.
We can solve. But by theorem of reciprocity also we can solve. Okay. Right.
Post office.
One is, wait a second. Post office box, I will tell at last. Sensitivity of WSB, Wheatstone bridge. How sensitive is the Wheatstone bridge? Sensitivity of Wheatstone bridge will be, remember, if it is unknown resistance X and that is known resistance R, Wheatstone bridge or meter bridge, it will depend on the fact that zero L1. What is the total length here? L, right? And L is equal to, let us say, it is 100. Now, it will be more sensitive. Means if I get X upon R in such a way that L1 upon 100 minus L1, this ratio should be close to
Balance
unity.
Wheatstone bridge.
If this ratio is close to unity, then the result will be most accurate. Accuracy will increase. How the accuracy will increase? I will tell you by writing one equation. I think from there I can tell. Let me say. Here I am writing separately accuracy of Wheatstone bridge or meter bridge. Let us say one side length is L and other side length is 100 minus L. Okay. So what will be the ratio of X upon R? X upon R will be equal to L upon 100 minus L. What is error in X? Dx upon X will become dL upon L minus d 100 minus L upon 100 minus L.
Sir,
You know this error
Sir,
formula, you know?
plus no, sir.
No, not plus. You are forgetting the main, very important thing that I have told you earlier. We take
Error
plus
always
only
has-
at last. After solving, we take the plus. First, here also DL term, here also DL term will come. At last, we can take plus, not in the beginning. Okay.
Yes, sir.
We cannot take plus in the beginning. Minus of minus automatically became plus. So now do I have to take anything? That is already plus now. So it is becoming DL into 1 by L.
What R, sir?
R is having let us say 100% known value. There is no, R is known to us exactly. R is,
Sir, if it is known also,
dr will be 0 then.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
dr by, it will be 0.
Sir,
Okay. So I want the error to be minimum. What is the error? Relative error we are getting. How the relative error will be minimum? In order for this quantity to be minimum, do we have any inequality? Harmonic means something, some inequality is there or not?
Yes, sir.
How?
Yes, sir.
How to make it minimum possible?
Greater than or equals to reciprocal it becomes.
1 by L plus 1 by 100 minus L
Greater than or
will be
equals to 2 by
greater than equal to 2 by
L plus 100 minus L, I think.
L plus 100 minus L, then it becomes greater than equal to 1 by
Yes, sir.
50, huh?
Yes, sir.
1 by 50. So what is the minimum possible value for this error? Minimum possible value we will be getting when error is minimum. Error is minimum when L is equal to 100 minus L, right or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So error is minimum when L is equal to 100 minus L. So our value will be more accurate, although experiment is right only. Every time it is right only, but our result will be more accurate if galvanometer shows null deflection not towards the edges, but somewhere in the middle. Okay, then the result will be more accurate. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Same way we can say for Wheatstone bridge. Wheatstone bridge will give us, if I let us say not this, in any other cases there where we want to find out unknown resistance, below also resistance P, Q, R, S. If Q is to S will be nearly 1, then P is to R will also be nearly 1, and we can obtain the value of unknown resistance most accurately. Okay. And correction in meter bridge, and what does it mean? That is also one thing which we should know. If I have a meter bridge, unknown resistance, known resistance, this meter bridge, you notice at point A and at point B there will be connection. Sometimes due to loose connection, what happens? Due to loose connection, sometimes we have it is 0, it is 100 actually, and this length is L1, let us say. But due to loose connection, this side there may be error of E1 and this side there may be error of E2. So effectively L1 will become L1 plus E1, and 100 minus L1 will become
Plus
100 minus L1 will become, actually other side it will become 100 minus L1 plus
E2.
E1, E2.
E2. There may be some end correction at one end or at the other end, that may be there. Why this end correction is there? This end correction is due to loose connection. There will be extra resistance. Extra resistance will be added. If extra resistance is added, then there will be length. How to compensate for this extra resistance? I will have to take here extra length. Okay, so there may be questions based on that. They may give us what is the end correction, or they may not give us the end correction. They may give us the exact values of R and X. These both may be known to us. These both are known, but here they are giving, let us say, some length here, L1. I think I can do this thing also. No need to take both sides end correction. One side will be enough. If extra resistance is here, I can take here itself. If you this thing I'm not remembering now, end correction we should take both sides or one side will be enough. Because if I have just one equation to solve, then I can get only one unknown, E1 only. I cannot solve two unknowns in one equation, or either they should give me two equations probably. In one case they will give R1 and R2 to be known. From that they will give us L1 length, and then we have to find out E1 and E2, but there are two unknowns, so I need one more reading. So it depends on the situation, I think so. But if they are not giving two equations worth of information, then what I will do, I will not assume E2 to be there, then I will assume only E1 to be present. Then I will take this other one as just 100 minus L1 only. Okay, depends on the situation. So it all depends whether how much information they are giving, and if you find some typical question somewhere, you can just tell me, and from there we can get idea. This is how we do the questions of end correction. Now there are questions where we want to determine the end correction, then they give us X and R, values and L1 values. If we don't want to determine end correction, but they are giving end correction, then it means they want us to determine some unknown resistance X, but remaining quantities must be given in that case. So that point is clear. What is the reason for end correction? Just extra resistance. Why this extra resistance? Extra resistance, why is it coming? It is coming because of
Connections.
loose connections. Okay. Right. This is meter bridge. One last thing which is left is do you have your books with you or not? First you tell me that.
Yes, sir, we have.
No, sir.
You are not having your integrated book
Yes.
because
No,
post
Yes, sir, we got it. No, sir.
this
in what
book
Integrated.
in integrated it is given very nicely. It is not given anywhere else except in integrated.
Anyone
Okay.
could post that together, sir.
We
One
also
at a
call
time.
it as half deflection method. If somebody is having that
You can post in
deflection,
WhatsApp.
then you can post in WhatsApp because it is really nicely explained there. I will explain it from there. Diagram I can explain today itself here itself, but that further explanation I can, because I can explain from that book, it will be better. Okay. See, you observe it appears to be very complicated looking diagram. What is this thing? Means somebody will get a heart attack by seeing the diagram only. So let us not see the real diagram. First of all, let us see what is the, okay, first let us see how in reality it looks like. This is, I don't know why this name also, post office box. This is the name for this thing. Are you noticing here? Let's make diagram bigger. See how it looks like. This one here terminal, another terminal. Observe this one here, and this one and this one. Are you noting the highlighted terminals? These terminals are important for us. These all terminals are important for us. Are you noticing this thing here? This if I press this button here,
Switch.
it will touch it. It will touch it here. It will touch this below circuit, and this below circuit, this is connected. See, are you noticing a wire here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Conducting one.
This is connected through this wire. Under these it is going. Under these it is going, and it's directly meeting to this terminal. I think so. Is it not? It looks
Yes,
like
sir.
it is meeting.
Meeting, sir.
Yes, sir, it's meeting.
And
It doesn't split in the middle row, sir.
which one?
The wire which is coming from the, it is joined in second switch, sir.
Which wire? This wire.
Yes, sir. Doesn't
Here.
split in the yellow rod, sir.
It is going under the yellow. Under the yellow it is going, and it is directly connected to this side.
Okay, sir.
But what is
It
that
is
yellow
not
thing?
connecting. Yellow is metals. This is zero conductor, zero resistance of this yellow part. Yellow part has zero. And these are keys. Which are keys? These black ones. These black ones are, dark ones are keys. How do we represent key in the diagram? In the diagram, we represent in this way. This is called as open key. And this is called as
Circle in between. Yes, sir.
closed key.
Close it.
We will fill it up, then it will be closed key. What do you mean by open key? You know, this thing, this part, I can remove it from my hand and I can just put it outside. If I put it outside, you will see something like this. This key will be outside only. I can bring it out and I can put it back inside. Okay, understood?
Yes.
We can bring it out, we can put it in. So if I'm putting it in, what does it mean? Let me tell you what does it mean. This is made up of metal. Metal means conductor.
They will be conducting.
So it will become conducting, then it will be conducting. If I remove it, if it is open key, then what it will be? Is it open circuit? No, it is not open circuit. Actually, these conducting yellow parts are also connected by some resistance. By opening it, the resistance becomes activated. What happens to the resistance? It becomes activated. And by closing it, it becomes deactivated, because closing means like short circuit. So this resistance becomes deactivated. Are you understanding this part?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because now the current will directly flow through the short circuit. It will go through the metal part of the key. Okay. It will be touching with each other. Okay. So it will directly go through this side. So it will not be going through the resistance. It will become deactivated. And if I remove it, it will become activated. This is it. So now I can how many, see now go to this diagram here. What is the resistance between this and this part? It is given here 100 ohm.
100.
What is the resistance between this and this part? It's given as 1000 ohm. Now it is not varying from post office box to post office box. All these are having standard ones. See 1, 2, 2, 5, 10. See how these are going. 1, 2, 2, then 5 suddenly, then 10, then 20, 20, 50, 100, 200, 200, 300, 500, and so on. Why do they give like this? If I want 3 ohm resistance, what I will do? If I want 3 ohm resistance, I will activate this one and this one, and they are already in series, so it will become 3 ohm. Give me any resistance and I will be able to construct. For example, I want to construct 33 ohm. How will I construct 33 ohm? 20, 10, 30, 2, 32, 1, 30. So I can construct many resistances up to the order of 5,000. More than 5,000 also possible, because 5,000 plus 2,000 plus 2,000 plus 1,000. So I can construct up to the order of, I think, how much it is? 5 plus 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2, 1, up to 10,000 nearly.
12 to 13,000.
More than 10 also maybe. Nearly that I can
Yes, sir.
construct.
5322 also there.
That. But one thing I will tell you, this point A, see, observe. This wire, I told you, this key is connected to this side here. And this key is connected to this side here. You can see in the real diagram also, there's a wire under the yellow parts. This wire goes under these and it gets connected to this C directly. Okay. So what is this? This is a battery. Battery is connected from this side to, through the key. I can close this key, then it will be connected to finally key 1. One end of the battery is connected to key 1. So finally, which is positive terminal here? This is positive terminal because it is connected to positive. And the other end negative terminal is D. Negative terminal is D. See, what a strange connection. Positive terminal and negative terminal here diagonally. Okay. This is the, I think, unknown resistance. S is unknown resistance here. This is to be determined. It is unknown. Okay. This is unknown resistance. And then what about this one? Is known resistance. This Q is known resistance. What ratios can I obtain from P and Q? Can you find out what ratios we can obtain? You can see here, these are multiples of 10s only, so that I can obtain such ratios. 1:10. If I take 100, 100, then I can obtain 1:1 ratio. Or I can obtain 1:100 ratio also. Can I obtain 1:100? Let us see once.
Yes, sir. 1010.
10 one side and 1000. I can obtain that also. So 1:100 I can obtain, and I can obtain 1000 here and 100 here. Then I can obtain 0.1 also. Means different ratios we can obtain. 1:0.1. All these different ratios are possible. Okay. Now, what we do? Why do we keep these ratios in the order of 10, multiples of 10? I will understand it soon. See here, this part is connected to this side. I think this much is enough, because remaining I will explain from that book. You give me those 2 pages you send me, and I will explain it to you from that place only. Okay.
Yes.
This is enough for today. Okay, then let us send it.
Sir, please send TWS.
This I will.
Sir, you can send notes.
Wait a second. Let me send it now only. In fact.